We'll begin with the papers this morning. We're joined by TVC News senior researcher Cyril Abaku. Good morning. It's good to see you.
Yes, good morning,
It's
Mike.
really nice
I'm glad to be here.
All right, let's begin with the Punch newspaper now. Protest in Benue has herdsmen killed 2 Catholic priests, 17 others inside the church. And killings are vile, satanic, says President. We can't continue like this. PFN, that's the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, is saying that. There was protest in Benue yesterday following the killing of priests, and a lot of them said that is taking the whole thing to another level, way too far.
Yes, because they were actually at a church for a burial. And then so it was a matter of people who were trying to bury their dead now also becoming the
Part of the dead.
And I think as at the last count, there were about 18 persons. This is the figure the police is giving us. But I think that, Mike, beyond that call by T.Y. Danjuma, the people have to defend themselves. I think that the way that call came was a bit alarmist. But the reality is that, look, between the governed and the government, because if you look at all these headlines, this Benue killings is the lead story, so I might just stay on it a bit. Between the government and the governed, there's what we call a social contract.
Yes.
So, but it doesn't mean that all the work of making society peaceful and good rests with government.
Of the government. Okay.
Now, in Nigeria, for instance, where we have a lot of shortages and deficits, you tie your road, you build your school, you drill your water,
yeah, in fact,
you buy your transformer.
every individual
You buy your
generator.
Yes. Self-defense is a basic instinct of man. And so where we don't even have enough policemen, we don't have enough soldiers. The responsibility of government to protect us is, we gave it to government. Okay?
Yeah.
The government should have, so where government cannot meet up that, cannot effectively bridge that gap, that responsibility begins with us.
Yes, indeed, I do agree
And
to a certain extent.
yeah.
But
Well,
isn't
I'll
that a
agree with
recipe
you
when
to
you
just an
when you
extent.
throw security in to individuals providing for themselves at every level? Is that not a recipe for chaos?
There's going to be chaos.
If every
it's going to be chaotic because there's no measurement pattern as to how far should I go
with protecting
with the
myself.
protection issue.
As I speak with you, we have not strengthened the community policing system. Because as I said the last time I was here, I said, look, there is the police.
We've not even scratched the surface.
Yes, we have not. There's the police in Nigeria, but there is no policing. Policing is different from having a police.
We could spend the whole morning talking about that.
And for us to put this into an end, I don't believe that these people are full and herdsmen anymore.
All right,
and they're not
right.
bandits.
Okay.
These are people who have given themselves the responsibility of killing their fellow Nigerians or killing people up and down. And so how do we arrest?
And that is why it rests totally on the president to find this out, because the concept of even in the villages, if it is not herdsmen, you can go to a farm and be attacked by any animal.
Even Boko Haram.
In
You understand?
in the name of
whatever it is.
But
the point
that
is,
we have made against Boko Haram cannot be effectively chronicled without taking into account what people like the civilian JTF have done.
all right.
So
we could spend the whole morning talking about this, but we need to move on.
Let's move on now.
Yeah.
We have this issue, the story that went viral yesterday about Dino Melaye. The picture is there. Dino Melaye jumps out of police van, ends up in hospital. Now,
you know, it's amazing. Just when you think you've heard or seen the last of drama when it comes to our politicians,
that's the beginning.
and they just come up with something.
That's just the beginning.
I mean, if you follow the drama since I think Monday or Sunday or so, it's difficult to tell where the climax, whether we've reached the climax or and we're heading for a resolution yet. But I think that the man should be given his day in court. I mean, anybody, if you look at, you know, the man has a reputation.
Oh yeah.
He appears to come across in a particular way, in a way that many Nigerians don't particularly really. I mean, trouble is not far from the troublesome, okay? But yesterday's episode, because we understand he was arrested at the airport initially and then later released, and then later there was siege laid to his house, which began to, I think, which was the beginning of the bizarre twist.
And then later
on, he surrendered to the police yesterday morning.
Himself.
And then he was being taken to Lokoja. Now, what the police told us is that the vehicle in which they were traveling, he flew through the window. And I'm asking myself, Dino Melaye is not a slim person. What kind of vehicle was it?
Yeah.
At what speed was the car going? Because if you jump down from a moving vehicle, you're going to, I mean, it's going to be a serious issue. So you jump down from the vehicle and that they pursued him and that they couldn't get, and that they couldn't reach him. That is the police. That is just a summary of some brief part of what the police said.
Well,
I really
according to the
say-
police, there were plans to parade him alongside the other criminals, and you wonder if really
Ngozi,
that
please.
is not
Ngozi, what
an
the police
insult to
spokesman-
the institution of
What-
the Senate.
What the police spokesman said in
Yeah.
Kogi State was that they were only planning to do a press briefing and not to arraign him alongside other criminals.
Not to parade him.
Yeah, so, but I don't know where they go, where these people now got this report.
Well,
Yeah.
the point there
My
is,
personal take is that I think, sorry.
Cyril, the issue there is, just like we said earlier, just when you think the drama is over, it just got started. So as far as this drama is concerned, if there's going to be more drama to this, we won't be surprised to see more drama out of this. So let's just move ahead so we can... Serap sues Saraki, others over 13.5 million naira monthly running costs. That's part of what Nigerians would be interested in. Governance in Nigeria is spiritual warfare. Vice President Oshibajo is saying that. And then 426 million naira aircraft, Buhari has committed an impeachable offense, say the reps. And FIRS generates 1.17 trillion naira in 3 months. And convention APC, Buhari meets APC governors, seeks support for Shomole.
Okay, moving on to the vanguard. Of course, fresh bloodbath in Benue is also being reported here. 2 Catholic priests, 17 others killed by herdsmen. And you have Dino Melaye stretched out on the stretcher there at Zankil Hospital in Mabushi, Abuja. What else do we have here that's of interest? Switzerland returned $322.5 million Abacha loot with interest, $1.5 million interest. Is this the last of the Abacha loot from Switzerland, at least?
No, I don't think so. You know, the man, up to a place like Turkmenistan, and he was contributing in thrift. Like, I think this one, what we call Ajo, you know, was contributing in thrift societies and so on. It will take a while. But I think that the Nigerian government also ought to be transparent in, and not just talking about the Buhari government, and you know, the Nigerian government as it is, the system, ought to be frank and transparent about how much we are getting and what are doing. I remember that Serap went to court one time and said all the money that Abacha, that has come back in the name of Abacha, should be made public. But I don't think that quota has been obeyed.
Okay, let's leave that. APC chairmanship purported endorsement of Oshomole. Childish, says Oyegun.
You know, this thing is not showboating. And some persons in the APC ought to be told that, you know, last night 24 governors of the party met with the president, and 2 reports came out. One was that that the president can canvass some sort of support for Shomole.
For Shomole, and the governors are on the same page with the president.
And that on the other hand, that the governors perhaps endorsed that, look, let the president have a second term or something like that. For me, I think that we need to understand, even if Buhari is given the ticket of the APC today, if there is a coup that Oyegun returns to become party chairman, I think they will stay for the rocks. So it is...
Well, some people think that Oshomole might just be the face, the new face that the APC needs.
He has to
give it that sense of...
You know why? I'm not a party member, but I think that the old guard, Oyegun and co, have become partisan or have become embroiled within the intra-party wrangling and politics. So to put
and
that,
they might just pay the price.
So to re-exalt that faction will result in problems.
Sex for Mark scandal. OAU professor failed me for refusing sex demand. And that's according to Monica Osage, the young lady at the center of all of the scandal at the Ivory Towers. Naira up to $360. 360 naira to a dollar as CBN injects $210 million. Okay, let's just leave that there. So many other stories, of course, from the papers here. But that's all for now.
The Daily Sun is reporting the issues in Benue, murder in cathedral. Anguish as herdsmen killed 2 priests, 17 others in Benue. And we have another story here, Biafra. On Biafra, IPOB asks appeal court to cancel prescription order. And we have Melaye arrest drama. Arrest drama continues. Senator jumps out of moving police van, rearrested, and now in hospital. Now, sex for marks, female student indicts professor. And Senate reps begin probe of National Assembly invasion. DSS special police forces take over security.
Of course, we hear Senate might even suspend all executive correspondence from, to the Senate until
the issue
is resolved.
You see,
are we about to see another drama between the executive and the Senate?
No, I don't. I don't trust our political class. They have a way of putting up one face in the public and then going back to have some kind of horse trading. That's why I mean, even this so-called in a nation where we saw the faces of people who went to hijack the maze on national television, and the police couldn't find them, but they found them. It's all too tacky. Yeah. But I think that, you see, where we had decent governance going on, where one arm of government knows that it has an agenda, you cut and make friendship, yes. With the,
you cut and woo
yes.
and lobby.
Now you see, I think there's a story about the president approving money for the purchase of aircraft without appropriation. Yes. Which is unconstitutional. So I'm thinking that, okay, whatever fears the president has that could not be negotiated or discussed.
With the Senate? With
the Senate, or no, even with the House of
Reps. With the National Assembly as
yes,
well.
I mean, okay, so how have you come to the point where somebody can sit down one day and just, so, I mean, we've come to a dictatorship or something like that. I think it's important that we sit down and know how to get this thing. If you have an agenda...
And the reps are already saying it is an impeachable offense.
It's an impeachable offense. But I don't think it will come to an impeachment. What I think should happen is for Mr. President to reverse that transaction and then put it back in 2018 budget so that they can pass it.
That's way too late.
But
the company has
the company said they've gotten their alert.
Yeah.
The manufacturer.
Yeah, of course. The company has gotten their alert already.
They've gotten their alert, and they put a date to when we'll get the aircraft.
So they've commenced the process of production already.
Okay, so, moving on very quickly to the nation. Buhari backs Oshiomhole for APC national chairman. That's what the nation is saying as a matter of fact. And 24 governors support president's second-term bid, says Okorocha. Of course, he's the chairman of the APC Governors Forum. Gunmen killed 2 priests, 14 worshippers at mass. Youths protest in Makurdi. Buhari will hunt down killers. Akume condemns killings. Lagos APC bans chair. Others from re-election, says enough. You've done your bit. It's time to inject fresh blood. Good one.
It's important. I think, I mean, it's a party thing, and it's a democratic process. Yeah. So you can't have you can't have one particular regime, staying there forever. So it's good. Let other people also have the chance to lead the party. And but I think that this ESCO, I mean, under their watch, the last local government elections took place, and the APC had made a clean sweep of all the LGs and LCDs. So I think that they've done what they can do. Let other people also come up.
Okay, and sex for marks. Professor failed me deliberately, says a student. Lagos first quarter revenue hits 103.4 billion naira. World Cup. Hear this one. Raw bans prostitutes from camp. Does that mean they've always allowed them in the camps?
Well, I think Solomon will be in the best position to...
Solomon, where are you? We need you to come and answer this one.
We have to keep that question to ask him when he comes on the second half of his news. Yep. All right, let's move to this day newspaper now. In bizarre twist, Melaye allegedly escapes from police and hospitalized. Senator rearrested. Police insist on his arraignment, and colleagues visit him, oversee his transfer to National Hospital. This is an attempt by agents of Yahaya Bello to kill Melaye. Aid alleges. Now, this issue of him being receiving the threat or to be killed, as the case may be, is still on. But it's all right. That's by the side. Headsmen killed 2 priests, 14 worshippers in Benue. Buhari condemns killings. A National Assembly constitutes committee to investigate invasion, tighten security around the National Assembly. And $496 million withdrawal. House lawmakers grandstand call for Buhari's impeachment. And President Dumps Oyegun solicits governor's support for Oshiomhole as APC chairman. Well, these are some of the headlines on this day newspaper. All right, Cyril, we must thank you for coming on the program.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, as always. All right, stay with us. We'll be looking at, yes, it is World Malaria Day. How much do you know about malaria in Nigeria and, of course, in the rest of Africa? We'll find out when we come back.